Alright, we're live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is once again Wednesday,
Good evening,
8 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, it is once
live.
again
Good
Wednesday,
evening,
8 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Scratch, from a blisteringly hot Cape Town. We also have, as usual, Accretion, also from Cape Town.
Hello.
And Ivic, from Gauteng. I don't know how the weather is there, but yeah.
It was raining this afternoon quite a lot, actually. I mean, this morning it was pouring down.
And I just ran into my first technical issue here. The audio was like going crazy just now. But anyways, it is insanely hot in Cape Town today. I don't know what to say about it. I don't even know how freaking warm it is. Because when you step outside, it feels like a freaking oven. So I don't know how.
And there's no wind.
Yes. It's really a freaking oven, and I was in the shops just now, and I was dying. And this brings me back to the topic of fursuiting in summer.
It's sort of an. How are we going to do this around here? I mean, it would be awesome for us to have like more fursuiters in the community, but the weather here is not conducive to something like that.
Unless we only fursuit on the mountains.
Well, on the mountains or in like closed convention centers or indoor centers or something like that, because hell knows you're not going out in this weather in a suit, much less a fursuit.
I can just imagine us I can imagine us asking the people who own the hotel and things like that to
put the aircon as high as you can.
Like 18 degrees. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to just drop out for a couple of seconds. My father's phoning me.
Yeah.
Cheers, Ivic. Yeah, no, but that is something that I actually wonder about a lot. It's easy in the winter, or easier in the winter, even though our winters aren't really that cold.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking about everybody makes it so, yes, I want to see it, I'll do that, I'll do it all the time. Dude, I can't even walk out of my door with clothes on. It feels terrible.
Yeah. I've been sitting. I've been sitting in a cold leather chair with a fan on full blast on me for the entire day so far. I mean, there's nothing you can do otherwise. I seriously just want to buy like a kiddie pool and like flip and relax in our backyard.
Yeah, but you actually have the space for it. If you do it, you should invite me.
Yeah, no, I will definitely.
It's a topic that I'm actually kind of concerned about. And cooling for fursuits, we've already discussed in one of our previous podcasts when I send out the FA's guide on fursuiting, not FA's guide, FA's FA guide on fursuiting. It says cooling isn't always an appropriate option.
No, it is.
I think there has to be a way to do it properly.
There must be.
Because no ways can they say that cooling in a fursuit is not an appropriate option.
Yeah.
But
I think so far the only thing most people have tried is something like normal fan cooling. I don't know if anyone else has come up with something more innovative. I mean, I'm sure you can go water cooling, but then you have to have a pump system stored somewhere, and it's noisy and.
And you have to carry that shit around you, which makes you even more tired, use more energy,
and less mobility. Like if you're concerned about like a pipe springing a leak, much less bursting a seam.
I'm always thinking about the options, but every single option just doesn't work. The only option that they say is just to wear undergarments, but that doesn't cool you down. It actually just keeps your sweat from destroying your suit.
Yeah. Is there anyone online listening to us right now?
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Even Raccoon is online, Ryle is online, Ivic is online.
Yeah. If anyone is actually if any one of our listeners are experienced fursuiters or have experienced fursuiting in like warmer weather specifically, I'd love to hear what your opinions are on sort of keeping it cool, especially like in our climate. I know there are a few SA fursuiters, but damn, I don't want to see anyone going out in like a Capetonian summer or hell, even someone from like some hellish desert place like somewhere in the Kalahari. God forbid.
Durban, yeah, Durban.
Oh, Durban even. Ugh.
I can't even live in Durban.
That suit must the hair must be so matted down. It's just gonna be moist and damp the whole time. Ugh.
Ragnar said we did it in PE in 2010 or so. In the summer or in the winter? Because actually in any season in PE, the wind there is worse than in Cape Town. So maybe we'll just cool down and anyways.
Yeah, PE is the windy city, but yeah, I mean, if yeah, you can't really. Yeah, if the wind is there and you have proper ventilation in your suit at least, like, or at least sort of a headpiece with enough eye holes or big enough eye holes, then fine. But I mean, yeah, how do you keep that thing from completely overheating or like killing you? I can't even sit in my room without some sort of fan going and all the windows thrown open.
You're saying early January, by the way, which is middle summer.
No, God. Kudos for doing that, but seriously. No way I would. I will die. I will dehydrate.
Yeah, that is also another thing with it. You have to keep yourself hydrated. That's one of the things in the phase guide for fursuiting, that you have to ensure that because apparently you kind of forget to hydrate yourself or something. I can't remember exactly what it says, but because you're going to be active and stuff, you're always going to have a shortage of water somewhere along the line.
Yeah, and it's not as if you could just pop off the head every now and then for like a drink.
For a lot of people, I don't know. I don't think I'd have a problem with that. But a lot of people take it very seriously, and they only go into when they go into these conventions, they would only take off their heads in the no head zones.
Yeah, and that is completely understandable if someone doesn't want to do that. But I mean,
because actually, what happens if you take off your head? You're spoiling the fun, right?
Yeah.
According to a lot of people, but in South Africa, I don't think you're spoiling the fun. I say you're trying to survive.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a choice. I mean, it does get bloody hot in here, and unless it's like I said, in some sort of covered convention center, you're gonna run into some problems.
Well, but we don't actually have like big conventions here, and anyways, we have the standard meetups and stuff still. So.
Well, for now.
For now, yeah. But you won't ever get something. You can maybe start a small little thing, right? Like they did back in 2010. Mm-hmm. You may start a small little thing, but it won't ever hit like the size of something like Anthrocon.
Oh, not nearly. And honestly, I don't think any of us are expecting it to hit Anthrocon scale because, well, there's just more furs to go around up north than there are down here.
Exactly.
By a long shot.
Yeah, by a massively long shot. So you can't expect something like that. And even then, it is a convention, right? But it isn't also so overly populated that it's like a nightclub or something on the inside. It doesn't look like that, which is better because I hate crowded places. But I think there's still a lot of people in one area at a time there. It's just that you can't envision that here in South Africa. It's
not nearly.
And people like to, but it's not going to work that way. Unfortunately for them, it just doesn't work that way. So even then out of those, in a convention, there's going to be art, there's going to be suit makers, there's going to be all these people. This is going to be, if you create a convention in South Africa, it's you don't have so many furries to choose from, so it's going to be really selected.
Mm-hmm.
So it's problematic starting up something like that in the first place. I'm not trying to spoil everybody's dreams. What I'm trying to say is just that if you want to start something like this, the best, even a better option is Australia.
Yeah, but then again, I think Australia also suffers from the same locational distance issue that we suffer. I might have said this before. Like, we have Cape Town and Johannesburg. They have Perth, Sydney, and like that's like East Coast, West Coast, North Coast, South Coast. It's completely different points. There's no sort of decent middle ground because the middle ground is in a bloody desert.
Hey, you kind of always forget that about Australia.
Yeah, there's nothing in the middle. It's just Perth on the West Coast, East Coast. Perth on the East. No, I was right the first time. Perth on the West Coast, Sydney on the East Coast. But that's about it.
Yeah.
What about Melbourne?
Yeah, there's a couple of towns like
Melbourne.
around, especially around the
Melbourne.
East Coast. But I would believe that a lot of people from other countries might actually go there, like the neighboring islands and stuff. But it's all limited populations. It's all. It's not like the US where you have
like a decent contingency of furs, like about the size of the South African fur count in a state.
Raul saying 320 million people in the US versus the amount of people that we have here. What is our population count, by the way?
I think 50 million or something. I could be wrong.
No, I think it. Oh yeah, compared to our 46 people, 46 million people, Raul, not 46 people. Yeah, if you actually take that comparison, I wonder how it compares. This is actually a good thing to actually look at, is how that comparison compares with the amount of furries that we have here and the amount of furries that we have in
51.8 million people.
Okay. Ivic is back. Hello. If you compare the amount of furries in relation to the
Yes, I am.
50 million people, and compare the amount of furries with the relation to the 320 million people, I would still say that the relation is much lower.
Yeah.
in South Africa still.
Yeah.
By the way, you missed an interesting conversation about the flippin' hot weather that we've been having and how it would be to fursuit in this weather.
I think I've been
Interesting conversation about
fursuiting in 32 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
cooling vests.
In that it's physically impossible.
Your face is physically impossible.
Dude, it's fuck off.
Sorry.
But yeah, seriously, like, I don't think it's gonna. It to me it smacks of the same logic as having the World Cup in Qatar. It's physically impossible, like, to do it in that weather. Like, yeah, because there was this whole thing about like people thinking that the Soccer World Cup was like fought over, or somehow the FIFA was influenced in had outside influence in picking Qatar, because
Yes, it did.
Qatar is not a place to play soccer in the summer. It's 40 degrees in the shade.
Yeah.
Just posting an image here that Raccoon posted. Ah, alright, we're still testing this new thing and I'm a little bit
Yeah.
come on. This application is a little bit strange to just post a random image on it. There we go. Okay, not yet. Sorry guys. It's slow. This is what Raccoon posted, by the way, for those that didn't see.
1 second.
Just as a point, I can't necessarily look at the stream myself because I think that it's the thing that's causing me to lag at the moment.
Okay, I'll
But I've got the chats open, so I can actually have a
on the
listen.
Skype.
What I'm going to do is just blah blah blah. No, I saw it. Huh. Okay, so I was thinking one of the things that we could always do is check out Flavor, have a look at some of their stories that they're doing here.
Good.
Maybe have a bit of. Apparently, somebody did a review on Alpha and Omega: The Legend of the Sawtooth Cave, which I think is Alpha and Omega 3 or 4.
I don't even know what that series is, to be dead honest.
Neither
never
do
watched-
I.
Alpha and Omega was at best a mediocre, probably straight to video movie.
Calling it like you see him, huh?
Well, you're talking to Scratch here. I mean, you can mention one of the best movies that was created in
My by default
all
setting,
time,
I
and
haven't watched it.
he wouldn't have watched it in any way. So now you're talking about a mediocre movie that went straight to video, and you think he should know it.
Look, this person actually gave it a very, very good rating. I'm sorry. CGI, for CGI, he gave it a 7.5. Personality was 9.1. Shading 8.5. Animation 7.2. Plot and storyline was 9.3, and his other was 6. Apparently, it was fairly dark. This movie apparently. I don't know. Have you guys watched Big Hero 6 yet?
No, not yet. I so want to watch it.
Big Hero 6 is awesome.
I have to honestly admit, I'm a little bit behind with film at the moment. Been a little bit busy.
Apparently, Raccoon says that the person who did the article thought that everybody else was being too mean about Alpha and Omega.
The best is to watch it for yourself. I don't ever trust a movie review, ever. I've seen flippin' brilliant movies that has been
torn apart by reviewers.
Torn apart by reviewers, and then I've seen movies that has been like scored I don't know how much on Rotten Tomatoes or any of these things, and then when I watch it, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
That has happened quite a lot. So it's really actually opinion based. It's just strange that the majority differs from some people's opinions, but that majority is also actually just a few reviewers. So it's not even the majority. It's just a few reviewers that review things in a specific way.
But the thing is, like some people actually give Pacific Rim a bad rap. I think that's the best movie in a very long time.
I disagree with you completely.
I don't see why you can.
The reason being is that the acting in that movie was absolutely horrifying.
Is that what you went in for? Is that
no. Irrespective of whether I went in for that or not, if you look at other action movies, even if they include like stoic people like Jason Statham and your wonderful one-liner "I am Groot man," like the thing is that
I never continue.
Okay, look. In all fairness, Pacific Rim, in my honest opinion, as good as the ratings were for that thing,
it wasn't really a good movie.
With you had Idris Elba in there. I mean, you had possibly one of the most amazing finds that you could ever have, and you put him into a movie like that, and then you force him to act like a stick figure.
Well, he should be able to do that.
Yes, no, of course he should. But the thing is that literally it was practically B-movie acting.
No.
It was like Sam Raimi's very first movie with Bruce Campbell.
Pacific Rim for me was like the film that ended all this Transformers stuff and all this robot stuff and everything, because it didn't score too well in any ways. If I talk about
Pacific Rim on IMDb actually scored very, very well. It got like an 8 point something.
Yeah, but if you talk to anybody about it, it's like I watched it. I would probably not watch it again.
Apparently, there's a Pacific Rim 2 coming out.
Yeah, there is.
Oh no. Okay, but maybe it's better.
Hello?
Oh, but that normally doesn't happen. Can you hear us? Ivic?
Exactly.
Dude, no.
Are they ever better? Are they ever better?
No. You guys, I don't know what movie you watched. Seriously, that was the movie. Sort of every trailer leading up to the movie showed exactly what it was gonna be. It was gonna be a movie about giant robots punching giant monsters. That it scored phenomenally well in. The people that they just play the sort of minor humanoid roles was fine. They didn't even force in some sort of stupid like love story relationship between the two main characters, Mako.
They really tried though.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not.
Ryle just posted a film here, Wolf Children.
I have watched Wolf Children.
How is it? Is it good?
Dude. Oh my god. Like, seriously? If you want to like cry for like the next 2 days, watch Wolf Children.
Then pause. Thank you.
You know, I know
It's the same guy who did The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
The what?
The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
Oh, the anime.
Yeah, this is also an anime. But like I said, if you want to cry for the next 2 days, watch Wolf Children.
Yeah, it's anime, but it's the anime furry thing. Mix.
Okay.
Like anime with ears. If you want to talk about sad endings in a movie, I recently just watched another movie again that I forgot how sad the ending was. Sorry, this is not necessarily a furry movie, obviously. It's a true life movie. But, you know, there's a lot of films that can get you really upset. Like, for example, simple films like Marley and Me, Achiku, and all these type of things in real life, and maybe this film even. But you know what was the worst ending for any movie, anytime, anywhere? The butterfly effect.
Yes, actually, you're right.
That movie ended.
Sorry, Scratch?
I forgot how that movie ended.
The thing is you can have the hero die, right? But you don't let the hero die, right? And then the ending, he didn't actually exist at all. That's the point of the film. Right,
yeah.
and then the girl that he wants is this nice soundtrack plays, and then you see marrying another guy, and how brilliant everybody else's life was when he wasn't around. How fucking depressing can you get? And sorry, that's my swear word for today.
Yeah, I already used mine yelling at Ivic.
But that's just so depressing. You don't make a movie like that. Stop it.
Yeah.
Hollywood, stop it.
Look, the thing is that most people want movies to be more edgy these days. We can't actually, you can't expect everyone to have a happy ending.
Yeah, but you can take away a happy ending and make a sad ending, but you don't make a sad ending and do that to the person. That is like below sad ending. It's like it goes without any honor. It goes without anything. It's that's the whole point of the film at the end, is that the guy didn't exist.
But it's because of that fire. It was he puts a firecracker into a
Box or something.
Yeah, but at the end it was because he was.
The very fact that he was alive.
As it goes on, the mere fact that he was alive. And trying to change what history made it worse and worse and worse and worse. Obviously, the butterfly effect, the flap of a butterfly could set off a typhoon on the other side of the world. That's the whole concept. It just made it worse and worse and worse until a point comes in where it just got so bad that he actually had to watch his birth video and commit suicide while he's being born. That's
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Terrible. No, man, it's an old film. There's a limit in spoilers, and I already discussed this. When a film is like freaking that old, you cannot talk about. You should be able to review it in detail.
What was actually very, very good about that movie was that it showed off Ashton Kutcher's like really, really dramatic side.
That he can actually do it.
And I mean, the thing is that he took on that role, and you were kind of sitting there. It's pretty much like watching man, I can't remember his name. The guy from The Mask, Ace Ventura.
Jim Carrey.
Jim
Carrey. Yes.
How do you not
It's like,
know?
It's not that I don't know. It's just that I forgot. Don't be a douche.
He would make a cool furry character.
You mean like the elephant from
Here's a Who.
Horton Hears a Who? Yeah.
Yeah, but the elephant in Horton Hears a Who was okay, but he would actually make a cool anthropomorphic character. Well, the elephant is actually anthropomorph, but I mean with like more human properties.
Are you like is Ryle just posted here Butterfly 2 or Butterfly 1? I didn't even realize that they made a Butterfly Effect 2.
Neither did I. Maybe I should check it up.
How much will it like screw up / rewrite the timeline?
but he's I don't know, like apparent whatever. That's intense. Right, of course, that's exactly what happened. But yeah. One of the things that I mean, like speaking about sad movies and sad endings. What about The Majestic?
I can't remember that. What was that again?
Oh yeah, that was Jim Carrey that has amnesia, washes
And
up in shore in like old-timey town. I forgot what happened at the end of the Majestic. Is that the yeah, that's the Majestic. I keep getting confused about like the title, but yeah, the completely different movies. But I keep getting confused between the Majestic and the Prestige.
Oh yeah.
Just because the names sound so familiar, but they're two completely. But yeah, the Majestic was good. It was one of the few movies that actually showed Jim Carrey's like properly dramatic side.
Yeah, that the Truman Show did the same for me. I felt like very, very happy about the Truman Show when he did that. But like you guys said, I mean, like I think he would probably. I also agree with Accretion. Like he should probably take on more furry roles. Which I mean, like let's actually talk about unassuming actors that take on like roles of animated characters. That you wouldn't have expected. Johnny Depp, yeah.
It would be freaking amazing. I always said that in the new, if there ever comes out a new, okay, this is not an animated film, but if they ever bring out a new Batman film and they want to star for the Riddler that Jim Carrey once played, they should make a Johnny Depp.
You think Johnny Depp should play the Riddler?
Yes.
I personally don't think Johnny Depp has that same sort of I don't know. He's a little bit too rugged for what I assumed the Riddler would be.
You haven't watched Pirates of the Caribbean, so you have no place to stand on.
I know who Johnny Depp is. God damn it!
Have you like the thing is that there was you should see some of his thriller movies. He's actually really, really good in them. There was some sort of thriller movie that he was in where he's a writer. And he's like secluded in this random house, and the thing is that things go really, really weird that side. But I can't remember the movie's name. I remember watching it with Busy X. But yeah, no, Johnny Depp would actually make a good Riddler.
By the way, Scratch, are you reading the comments? About what I said, what they're saying when I told them. I'm trying to get him to watch it.
Leave me be. Okay, I've made a concession and I've watched what's his name?
Star Wars?
No, not Star Wars. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. That's something. Give me some credit. All that movie did is made me not want to do drugs ever.
Yes, Cabin in the Woods. That's exactly right one. Rael just posted that the movie that I was thinking about is
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, something. It's either The Window or The Cabin or something like that.
That movie deserves like a few Oscars, in my opinion.
It was a good movie.
There was a demon bat in it. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Oh no, but that's Fear and Loathing. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, as in like the actual Johnny Depp.
Yeah, the actual
movie,
like
not Fear and Loathing, the CSI episode.
No, I watched that one as well, but that was like yonks ago.
We watched that together.
I think we might have.
We actually did. We were in like grade 10?
Like, something like that.
My mom used to watch CSI and I was watching it with her. She was like, oh, what the hell? These people are weird.
Scratch? Scratch, remember you PVR'd so that we could actually watch it.
Can't remember.
You did.
I most likely did, yeah.
Well, we watched it during the day.
Something like that. Oh, pardon.
Strange things that I remember.
And then you didn't watch CSI ever after that. You're like,
no, I loved CSI.
This is crap.
It was okay, but it became really formulaic. Really.
Apparently, I read that they actually did ask people from the community to give them something, and everything was too tame. And because it's a CSI episode, they obviously have to like make it this
Sex.
You have to make it like some weird cult type of thing, and this is why they did it. So they threw the original script out the window that was basically constructed out of what the community said, and they said, no, this doesn't work, we're going to go with our original plan to make it this strange thing. And they just used some of the terminology in it, that's all.
Cool, so they
Word
basically did the whole... Yeah,
It's
basically.
pretty much all they used.
Yeah.
And
so
fur
they
pie.
So they threw the whole subculture under the bus for ratings. Why
Yeah.
does that sound familiar?
Because it entertains people.
Yeah, cough, EA, cough.
Cough, cricket cough, actually.
Cricket?
Like the T20 is pretty much the only reason why, like, I mean, jeez, you don't even see people at test matches anymore.
Test matches are boring.
Test matches aren't boring.
Test matches is boring.
Test matches are an excuse to get drunk for 5 days. As if you need one. I'm sorry, I really don't like test match cricket. It's super slow.
It's fun when you're actually there. But let's talk about sport. We talked about sport a lot of times. It's fun when you're there and you're drinking and you're with your friends, but you don't watch the cricket. It's more like an outing to the field instead of watching cricket.
Yeah, you know what?
Can actually put up a question here.
Huh?
Sad ending standoff. Titanic versus the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Curious Case, hands down, more sad than Titanic.
Hands off.
Yes.
Hands off. I have not watched Benjamin Button yet.
Oh, scratch. Seriously.
Scratch.
What? I didn't come here to talk about movies. Otherwise,
Titanic, I
I
was
would be
seeing-
dead and
look,
fucked.
yeah.
I'd be sunk.
Yeah, well, Fox and the Hound is also very sad.
You know what was the creepiest, like, animated film with intelligent furry characters in it is, I was very young and I watched Watership Down. That scene with
Oh,
the blood
Lord.
and the scratching, that was actually really creepy for me when I was a kid. Like, I think I actually
But Watership
got
Down
nightmares.
was creepy in general. I mean, have you ever read the book?
No.
That is not a kid's book. Watership Down in no way is a kid's book.
Neither is Animal Farm.
Yeah, but that's done for literature reasons. Animal Farm is there for literature reasons. You've got to pick up on the communism and the, like... It's like trying to read Lord of the Flies. I mean, like, seriously?
It technically does have antler characters, and so it is relevant. I win on a technicality.
Yeah. What's actually funny is that they made a movie of... here's an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Babe versus Gordy.
Hell's Gordon. Oh, from what?
There was this point that when Babe came out, there was another movie that was of a similar, in fact, not a similar thing, but the characters were very similar. Where you had a talking pig. Gordy was one of them,
Okay.
and there was obviously Charlotte's Web.
That's oddly specific. Like, this in the same time frame as another Talking Pig movie.
There were about 3. There was an animated version, which was Charlotte's Web, and then the 2 real-life ones, which were Gordy and I think they were milking a cash cow somewhere along the lines. B and Babe.
Yeah, I think sort of history speaks for itself by just saying like, who the hell is Gordy? Babe has more staying power, dare I say. Like, people know of it more so than the other one.
Mm. The thing is now, Raccoon, when it comes to reading a book, and the thing is that if you read Watership Down now after reading I don't know how many other types of books and having completely different experiences, but I mean when you read Watership Down at the age of like 11 or 12, yeah, you're gonna be scarred for life.
Yeah, it is, because that's... I watched the film before I was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think I was 8. I think it came out around that time. And it
I
was...
think a lot older.
Or no, it could be a lot older. Sorry, I don't know. I really actually don't know when it came out. But it was kind of creepy to watch it as a kid.
Completely understandable, I feel. Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, I think the book's not really super kid friendly.
I actually will read it now.
No, you should read it. The thing is that like I mean the movie was very very close to the book itself, but I mean it had a lot everything to do with the idea of ostracizing specific groups. Consider actually, have you ever watched The Tale of the God?
Ivic.
I think you're
It's
breaking
that
up.
owl movie.
Oh no, I did not. It's not it's not the Christmas holiday thing movie.
No, it's an owl movie.
Okay.
That, to an extent, is actually based to an extent. To an extent.
Yeah,
Get
I
out
was
of my system.
I was about to point that out.
That actually bases itself off of a very big Watership Down kind of perspective.
Of what is the perspective of what they should done exactly? Hello?
Hey?
With the-
It has to do with it has to do with rival clans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet meets Babe Big in the City.
No.
Was that the second Babe? Was that the
Yeah,
name?
that was the second Babe.
I figured as much. Figures that I only remember the bad one.
What other furry movies are good? Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I believe every furry has already watched.
Yeah, I just love a sort of staccato, the voice, the acting and the dialogue in that movie.
It's a little bit. It's very everyday at the beginning. So
no one sounds comfortable talking in that movie.
Yeah.
And that's like it.
And it's in reality things are sort of like that, especially when you're.
Yeah.
All the world will be your enemy, prince of 1,000 enemies, and when they catch you, they will kill you. Watership Down.
Yep.
Oh.
Let's show this film to 8-year-olds.
Let's also build a series off of it with like possibly the saddest intro, like a female singing "Bright Eyes."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. That.
Every single time they came on, I would just sit there and start like almost bawling. Just like, what the fuck is it? Why? And there's mine.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna save and quickly post to the group.
I don't know. I don't think I've watched much Watership Down, like the series. I remember it, but I don't specifically remember any like moment from it.
What movie now?
From the Watership Down, the series.
Was there a series?
Yeah.
There was a movie, then there was a series based off of it. Actually, a very good series. It was actually very well done.
Would not know.
Okay, let me just put this at the back here, because nobody can read when it's that small.
Just pop the link.
No man,
Yeah, just put the link in there.
no man, it's already
Yeah.
there. You just make it bigger. This is terrible. Why am I posting this on this?
Dredge, hey, welcome in and be none of this your face crap. Already judging Ivic for it, so there's enough of it to go around. Thank you very much.
Yeah. We have another interesting Judy X. Welcome. You obviously haven't given us a chat, but thank you for listening.
Ivic, are you on your laptop? Ivic?
Cooey!
Ivic,
QQ. Any questions?
are you on your laptop?
No, I'm dying.
Yes, elevator music is awesome. It is perfect for this. Fits with it, especially when Ivic cuts out and starts roboting. It sounds like a remix.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yes, you're sort of back again. You were saying? Hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, that's good. Other movies, because
Yes.
I'm really interested in watching Wolf Children now. That looks good. I don't normally watch anime. I think Scratch can agree with me on this one. The last discussion we had is I'm not really a great big fan of it. So a lot of people is like, oh no. It's just that I don't actually watch a lot of film, but I do watch like the things that everybody says is brilliant or great or something like that, then I would go out of my way to watch it. But I have watched anime ones that I really found quite interesting. It's just there's some things on it that is still a little bit either something that I don't understand, or not because it's complex, it's actually because it's like a complete different style than Western films. So I don't really watch it, but I think this Wolf Children one looks really interesting because it's got a flippin' high rating here. Anyways.
Well, the thing is that there are 3 movies from this person that you need to watch. The one is The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, then Wolf Children, and then Summer Wars.
Summer Wars sounds familiar.
Summer Wars is amazing. Summer Wars has a character in it as well. It's about a kid who gets...
That king one, right?
The what?
That rabbit named King or
Yes,
something.
the rabbit named King, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember something like that. I think I watched sections of that thing. But not the whole thing. Murder Me. But at least I'm not as bad as Scratch.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but then again.
You are the death child when it comes to watching movies.
But I'm gonna have to
You're the death child.
I'm gonna have to give you the copy of the films that you need to watch, and you're gonna need to watch them.
God, why am I getting homework?
It's not homework, just watch it. It's fun. And make sure you have R&Rs. When did we have this discussion? Oh, it was in the WhatsApp group. Nobody knows what an R&R is. Rum and raspberry.
Yeah, R&R I still know as rest and relaxation. I don't know it as rum and raspberry.
It's a Mozambique drink, but it's obviously raspberry juice makes it red. But it's very potent because you don't taste the alcohol in it. So it's like 1/3 rum and 2/3 of raspberry. So it's really strong, but you don't taste the alcohol in it.
Sounds like death.
The type of rum that you need for that is actually dark Tippetinto.
Yes, it's Tippetinto. That's it. That you need that specific rum as well. And
They
then,
actually they've started selling it here in the bottle stores recently. Like there was a point that you couldn't find it at all.
so then you take that and you buy a sparberry, which is basically raspberry juice, and it's just also carbon dioxide gas in it. You mix it up, 1/3 rum, 2/3, and then you're gonna get a drink that you can't taste the alcohol in, but it kicks your ass. It really does, and it does it so quickly because you drink it like cool drink because you don't taste the alcohol in it, and also because it's rum and it's sweet, you get a seriously bad hangover.
That sounds horrible. Sounds like a bad idea all around.
But it works.
Yeah, I'm sure it works. I'm sure ingesting vast amounts of alcohol will get you drunk. There's no denying that. But
Why did I? Oh yeah, I found something online saying some section of our Milky Way galaxy actually smells like R&R when they investigate the materials it's made up of. And then I was like, oh, that's interesting.
that was the part you mentioned.
That's interesting. What is this? Finally found children of children of what?
So Nim.
Oh right, the thingy of Nim. Children of Wolf.
Oh,
It's like just like couples.
Yes,
I
this
can't
is
read the
Wolf
whole
Children.
thing. Oh, is it Wolf Children? Okay.
And it's a gift. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll definitely watch it. Maybe give me something to do when I'm not doing anything at night.
Don't you have something to do already?
Not at night.
Sure.
And not when we're not hosting the podcast.
Ah, okay.
So yeah. Right.
Any other furry suggestions, movie suggestions from the crowd?
I'm thinking, but from the crowd would be nice because they are definitely better in
The Rats of
than
Nim.
I am. The what?
Rats
Ivic?
of Nim. Rats of Nim.
Yeah. Okay. I know of it again.
Yeah.
I remember there was one that I watched when I was like super young, but I never really got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Secrets of
Sorry.
Nim. Was it like something like the American Tail, like that
Oh
little mouse on the railroad track and to the west.
Yeah, that's you got American Tail and then American Tail Feeble Goes West.
Oh yeah,
Five.
yeah.
Yeah, two.
That was a good movie, I feel.
Yeah, I like the
What
cat.
was that? You know what? That I was actually sort of that was, if I can remember properly,
Yeah.
it was actually he was, the family was Jewish.
Mm-hmm. What family was
and-
Jewish?
A lot of it was sort of, if you could actually think about it, its inspiration was something like Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay. That's bleak.
So, God damn it.
It just sounds. Yeah, I don't doubt that could be a thing, but that sounds a little bit bleak for what eventually turned into like the kind of jaunty, inspirational show. Huh?
His Skype is messing up again. He just replied to what you said like 5 minutes ago.
Shit.
Well, not 5 minutes ago, at least almost half a minute ago. I think it's gonna drop out again. I know it. His 3G sucks. Okay, guys, we need to run a Patreon to get Ivic a DSL internet connection.
I would. If I no, I refuse. If Ivic gets a Patreon, then I get a Patreon, like kickback at least. Like I want to be able to subsidize my internet connection from that.
Yeah, I would feel the same. There, he drops. He dropped out. Come on. Right, it's just trying to find him again. But you know what was a bad movie? Or some people might actually say it was a good movie. It had great effects as an animated film, but it's obviously computer animated. What was that? Legend of the Guardians, not Guardians of the Galaxy. I sometimes get the two names confused.
No, I get confused between Legends of the Guardians and like that. Is that the owl one or the Christmas one? I like I said, I keep getting confused between those two. There was one where there was like a
No, it's the owl one.
yeah, okay.
It was it was an alright film, but it's something that yet again I wouldn't necessarily watch again. Although they had the tools to create a very good film, but then they didn't. And I don't know. It was a little bit shallow and not a lot of story. More effects than story.
Oh yeah, if we're talking about like bad animated movies featuring anthropomorphic characters, right? There's I think the movie is called Food Fight. Charlie Sheen starred in it. Now there was this sort of story behind it that the movie was in production for like 10 or something years because they were basically done, and then either someone lost the footage or stole most of the footage or something like that. Then what's his name? then they basically just decided, we have all this voice talent, fuck it, let's do it again. And they did, but it was absolute shit. It came out horribly, looked ridiculously bad, sounded... that whole movie takes place in the uncanny valley when it comes to like CGI characters. For anyone wanting to like spend an evening watching a really bad CGI movie, check out Food Fight.
Yeah. Okay. Then no. Thanks.
There's a JonTron episode on it as well if you just want to skip to the best parts, quote unquote. But yeah. What else was there?
Hello.
Hello. Are
Hi,
you
welcome
back?
Yes, guess what I did?
You put the thing in the freezer again?
I'm on my laptop in... No, I'm on my laptop in the living room. Maybe it'll work better.
It should, because you can move it around.
Yeah.
Where you have the most signal.
Cool.
Another speed test. Why a speed test? Oh, this for... If this is yours, mine is still... My upstream is still faster. Yeah, but my downstream is slower. By the way, rack one.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yes?
yeah, we don't have good connections. That's just going to be a thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to take the risk to do a speed test now. I might smack the whole stream into oblivion.
Let's not take that chance.
But there was another movie that I wanted to mention, but I can't now really get to the name. I was thinking about it when we were talking about Legends of the Guardians, the Owls.
Yeah. A movie with bad CG, I think, was the topic.
No, that was afterwards.
No, but you said Legends of the Guardians was a bad CG movie.
It's a good CG movie.
Oh, okay.
But the story is a little bit shallow. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. Like, yeah. Okay, cool.
Because if you watch it, every single scene looks phenomenally gorgeous. That's what I meant. They had the tools to create this awesome movie.
But they didn't.
And then they didn't. It's just like you would watch it like once, and maybe twice if you like the CG.
Yeah, but then you have to like it.
Just like Dre says, it felt rushed at points and the characters weren't well developed enough.
Yeah.
That's basically it. But it looked phenomenal. It really looked really good. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to mention. Is it Ratchet and Clank coming out this year?
Yes, it is.
The movie.
Yes.
Very much happy about that one.
Are they still making it?
Yeah.
I was never really a big. I never had a PlayStation, so I don't know. But
I also never really had a PlayStation or anything, but I'm looking forward to the movie. It might be interesting. As long as... who is creating it? I hope it's not Disney.
No, I think it's... Hold on, let me just find out. Sorry.
There's actually, quite a few interesting movies lined up for later, not necessarily this year, but eventually. Like, obviously, everything Marvel's doing right now is pretty cool. But yeah. What else? Oh yeah, the Warcraft movie is like 2016 or something, or 2017. That's gonna be interesting. See how many nerds they can piss off.
Just as a point, I can't read any of the comments. Not on there.
Okay. That's fine. I would prefer to see a Spyro movie. Yeah, again, Spyro, PlayStation, I wouldn't know, but that might be an interesting story.
So if there's anything interesting, just read it out for me, please.
A Spyro movie instead of a thingy, Ratchet and Clank movie, yay, nay?
Yeah, no, Ratchet and Clank movie should be awesome. If you've ever played the game or like seen people play the game, it's not a bad movie at all.
Yeah, but what about not a bad premise for a movie, I suppose.
You know what would be a cool movie if they want to make a comedy?
What?
With a furry character? Conquer Bad Fur Day.
Again with this.
Conquer Bad Fur Day was an awesome game. And
Yeah.
they made like parodies of films. So
Yeah,
then
now that
it's
they've-
D-Day, then it's The Matrix, then it's this, and it was just an awesome game.
Yeah, you showed me once.
They also had a Clockwork Orange as one of the things on there.
That's still something I want to see. It looks cool. Is that a... Who directed that movie?
Hey?
Who directed A Clockwork Orange?
Um,
Why am I thinking Stanley Kubrick?
Sholto Copley? I don't know.
Sholto Copley, why?
I don't know.
Oh, let me check.
Yeah.
Ah, Stanley Kubrick. I was right.
Right, Stanley Kubrick. It was actually one of his best movies. He's very well rated for it.
Yeah, isn't that where he sort of got his start? What else sort of famous? He did The Shining as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Kubrick did a lot of sort of horror.
I actually still consider The Shining to be one of the most successful remakes of a Stephen King book.
The film.
Yeah.
The film was good, but it wasn't a book. Have you ever read the book?
Yeah, no,
It's like way more horrific and way more.
But do remember that Stephen King always has a hand in every single one of the renditions that are being done. So the thing is that it may not have been the book, but he was always being asked about how they should do things.
Yeah, I know, because he does actually look into it, but you have to also remember the time of film back then. The technology and stuff like that was also different. The way the actors handle situations. It is a good movie, right? And I would I would very much prefer people that haven't watched it yet to watch it. But it's also a little bit, it's unlike a Stephen King book. When you open a Stephen King book, he has a very special way of writing gore. Because he takes like a page to describe the sound of what's happening, and then the next page to describe the color of what is happening. Could not connect to chat room. Is this stuff now happening again?
It happens sometimes. Just keep moving. It'll pop up eventually.
Okay, so Stephen King has a really strange way of writing gore and fantasy. This is something that people don't realize of Stephen King things, is that almost all his stories, even something like The Green Mile, it has a lot of fantasy in it. Like it's not just like a slasher horror film. There's always something strange happening. Like from a Buick 8, it was a car with bats flying out of the trunk and stuff like that. His books are like that. It's really weird.
Yeah, and his books are also like if any of his books, pretty much the first half of the book actually explains every single character in detail.
Yeah, he has very good character. He has very good characters as well, because his characters aren't perfect. That's what I like about it. Every character has a flaw. It's like average people. It's
that's how you should write.
Yes, because he's a good writer. That's why he's so renowned for his writing. Every character has its flaws.
It's weird though. Actually, when it comes to sort of like the playoff between Stephen King and then there's obviously who's the other guy who writes a lot like him, but is like
Koontz.
sort of the mediocre version of him.
Koontz.
Dean Koontz.
Yes, Dean Koontz. I actually, for some reason, I prefer Dean Koontz.
Why?
I don't know. There's something about like his writing that sort of gets me better than anything Stephen King writes.
It speaks to you in its
It
mediocrity.
speaks to me on a different level.
Well, we're completely off of the furry topic at the moment, by the way.
Oh, we could always talk about Pet Sematary and Cujo if you wanted to.
Pet Sematary was a flippin' horrible book. Indian burial ground.
Yeah. An Indian burial ground that turned into a pet cemetery, and then the pets come back, and then you bury the kid. It's like, what the hell was wrong with that book?
But what's about I wanted the pets to be the enemy, and not, well, the dog was a little bit off, and not the guy.
Yeah. I mean, what the hell? I mean, like, how many times did he bury his son? And did it just kept on coming back, like more deteriorated every single time?
But he also wrote Carrie, by the way. Some people don't know all of his stories, like Green Mile. When I said that to somebody, they're like, no, that's not Stephen King. I'm like, it is a Stephen King book. It's just not the general horror that he does, but it's definitely Stephen King. And then some people said he didn't do Dreamcatcher. I'm like, right when you begin to watch the film, it says, Stephen King.
Yeah.
Because Dreamcatcher is about aliens instead of its normal alternate dimensions, or the Langoliers. Anybody ever read that or watched that?
I actually read the Langoliers.
I haven't read it, but I watched it was like a 3-hour film.
A movie that actually needs to be done is Needful Things.
What's that all about again?
Jeez, it was a thick book, and I read it when I was 14.
Well done, you.
Yeah, and I also lost the book. Somehow, somebody had gotten into my bag and stole the book out of it. I still remember.
Asshat.
Yeah. I actually bought a new copy for the library.
Oh, because it was a library book.
It was a library book, yeah.
You goody goody.
Yeah, no, but Needful Things was good, if I can remember. I remember, there's one specific thing that I can remember him, what's the word, describing in there. And it was pretty much about a store that had opened up in a town. And it sold very, very interesting things. And now what had happened is that this guy was looking at these two women, bending over looking at some of the stuff. And he said that their rear ends were as wide as an axe handle on its side.
Okay.
2 axe handles each per cheek, I think.
That's in the erotic section that you bought that, hey?
Fucking perv.
One thing that I'm actually completely pissed off about, but this is now me, is that they made a movie, animated movie, Hercules, about all the Greek gods and everything, but they never did one about the Egyptian gods.
Well, the closest that they ever got was
Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt, yeah.
But there are no sort of... There's no Egyptian mythological heroes in the same way that they have the Greek heroes.
Oh, you'll be surprised. They're actually... I think it's because the stories are so screwed up in ancient Egypt that they don't know which one is the right one.
Yeah, and then they can't even, like... do realize that they can't translate half of it anyway.
Who is Anubis' father? Is it Osiris? Is it Set? Is it...
I don't want to play Jerry Springer show right now.
Or maybe they don't do it because of... yeah, I know there's movies with Egyptian themes. I mean, obviously, like... lots of mummy stuff. That is the problem, is because they found one tomb which was a resurrection center, and that's Tutankhamun's tomb. That tomb is actually a machine. It's coded language there. It spells that it's there to resurrect him instead of and turn him into a god, right? And then all of a sudden you get the Mummy, the movie, where now if you read from the Book of the Dead that you can resurrect dead things. It's all nonsense. That's not how it works. But the Book of the Dead is actually a real thing. It's a scroll that is in every tomb. It's that they didn't. They portrayed the Greek gods in a very cool way in that movie with Hades, which is my favorite character in that entire film, although he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
but
James Woods voicing him.
But they didn't do one for the Egyptian ones, and I think the reason for it is because the Egyptian gods were the way they were created, the way they came into existence, and everything is very sexually.
All of them are sexual.
Dude, have you seen the litany of incest and
yes
fuckery that goes on in Greek mythology?
Oh, is it?
Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Norse mythology.
There's so much sex.
Dude, I mean, Horus was he was having sex with his uncle Set, And then there was this whole story about how they it was kind of like a degradation thing, and it's weird. Ancient Egyptian mythology is really weird, and it's almost all that there is the sex.
Did it at any given point like degrade to Mpreg?
Yes.
Oh lord. Okay.
Yes. It actually did.
Wow.
Well then.
And that's ancient Egyptian mythology for you.
I can just imagine what Anubis might look like pregnant.
No, he was badass. He was the badass. And that's why the people actually liked him so much. That's why everybody knows so much about him, because he's the one that's going to judge you, so they won't actually go and say something bad about him. You understand?
Yeah, nor would any of the other gods actually do that to him either, would they?
Except Seth.
Yeah.
But it is the way this stuff works. But the problem is that there isn't a lot of there's so many clashing the mythology from the northern and the southern sides of ancient Egypt that I think constructing a good film about it is just too difficult. They can construct something like the Mummy out of it, or to take a biblical story that is in the Bible and construct something like Prince of Egypt or Joseph, King of Pharaohs about it instead of or King of Dreams, about it instead of film about the gods themselves.
Well, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably have taken the entire idea of maybe you could have made a kids movie about freaking, I don't know, Cleopatra and her love affair.
No, with freaking Julius Caesar. Who wants to make a kids movie? I'm not talking about a kids movie. I'm talking about a little bit more serious. I know, okay, Hercules was probably a little bit like a kids movie, but you can actually take that type of animation and just step it up a notch. You understand? For example, have you watched The Prince of Egypt? It's actually not a kids movie. It's just the Bible.
Yeah. It's just the Bible. It's not a kids movie. It's just the Bible.
Christian agenda. Ugh.
Yeah.
Too soon?
What?
It didn't get quite the reaction I was looking for, but whatever.
Anyways, we are going a little bit over time, but I think, do you guys want to run this stream till half past?
I think so.
Eh.
I'm up till then. But, jeez. What kind of movies shouldn't have ever been made into kids' movies? Well, obviously there's Watership Down. Actually, you know what? I want to go back to Fievel Goes, the Fievel movies.
Oh, okay,
They're
before you jump to that, I was going to say something like about creation. You mentioning the Book of Dead.
Yes.
The Book of Life is a movie that I want to start watching as soon as humanly possible.
Okay.
It's that whole sort of Los Dios de Muerte, Land of the Dead, Mexican themed Calavera skull love story kind of effect, which looks like it could be interesting. So, anyone who's into that kind of stuff, Grim Fandango, colorful-esque vibes,
I read it.
Book of Life. That's a movie.
Oh, sorry, I would watch it.
Okay, Ivic, you were on Five Goes West and whatnot.
Yes. The thing is that the beginning of that movie of Fievel, of like the very first one. I mean, come on, they get chased out of their country, go to America to find a new world, and then he pretty much loses his family.
You're talking about American Tail.
Yeah, but irrespective, yes. Like the thing is that he loses his family.
Yes.
Aside from that, they get chased off to like frickin'.
It's very symbolic about the Jews and the Nazis, eh?
Yeah, which is why I keep on saying that it is based on like the whole Fiddler on the Roof thing. It's pretty much what happens. You could actually almost say that it's what happens to a family after the Fiddler on the Roof. That's what
inspires good movies. But today, I actually came to a conclusion that today people just complain too much. Like, no, seriously, I really actually think that way. Like, oh no, for example, that Courage Cowardly Dog episodes that I recently downloaded and chatted about on the WhatsApp groups. The theme is really sinister at the beginning, and now I read some things online that said parents actually did complain.
course they did.
And because there's a skeleton there. Kids shouldn't watch this. This is bad.
Jeez, if we want to talk about Courage the Cowardly Dog being bad, what about Ren and Stimpy?
And
Exactly.
It did get banned, Ren and Stimpy, but granted, Ren and Stimpy was bad. Like, not bad, like, wasn't funny or wasn't good.
What about
Nope.
the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? And
That was
they-
also...
Was
the-
Zim.
Hmm?
Was Zim.
No.
Invaded Zim.
Yeah,
There was a lot of people that complained about that. Because it portrays the Grim Reaper, and there was actually some minor violence in the cartoon. But I thought, come on, guys, seriously.
Heaven forbid our children are ever subjected to the idea of their own mortality and become well-balanced humans because of it. God forbid.
Eventually, everything is just gonna be like really boring.
Or saturated and pasteurized or whatever.
And there's nothing, because now you cannot link any films like that to real life, because real life is unfortunately not a child story.
yeah.
So you understand, and now you cannot link the two, so it's going to be boring to watch. And that's where good stories come from. If you actually do that, if you actually create a sense of different emotions in a film or in a book or something like that, instead of just trying to be drawing funny characters and letting them do funny things that can't be too funny. It can only be this type of funny. You understand what I mean? It's never gonna work. But unfortunately, that's how the cartoons and children's shows are these days. And it's unfortunately the thing that I despise about Disney.
Mm.
I've mentioned this actually a lot before, but
Was it Indiana Jones Disney movie? I think it was the Black Cauldron with a scaring ending for the villain.
That was a scary ending.
Same with Rasputin in Anastasia. It's been so long since I've watched Anastasia.
That was again, like, that was also a semi-mediocre movie. It wasn't as good as it could have been.
Oh yeah.
And it took everything out of context.
Indiana Jones will never be the same to me after I watched that last one with that kid from Transformers in it.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, what was that movie's name? Indiana Jones and the
Kingdom
Crystal
of
Skull.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
My complete childhood was destroyed. Everything out the window.
That shit happens.
What was the one where they had to sacrifice the one woman and then they pulled out her heart?
I do not know. Temple of Doom?
It could have been. It was Temple of Doom, yeah. That was a scary freaking movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Indiana Jones. It wasn't supposed to be a kids' movie.
Yeah, remember the same with Disney. When I talk about Disney, I'm not talking about the films like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's also a Disney movie. I'm talking about the animated films. I'm talking about Pixar's films, and the other animated films that they don't do anymore.
I've noticed a trend, however. Ever since Up, a lot of movies have started doing the whole first 15 minutes of like, yay, everything's good, everything's awesome, death. Damn it. They
Give
did
me
it
an
with
example.
Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
Yeah, but that wasn't. Yeah, okay.
They didn't have to give that plot point in the beginning.
Yeah, okay, but that's not new in a movie sense. It's only shocking because Pixar did it, and Pixar does kid stuff. I mean, maybe it's because you sort of noticed it from Up or started noticing it after that, but it's not new in movies.
Toy Story 3.
Well, again, that was post Up, so there's one point towards your argument.
You guys haven't watched Big Hero 6 yet, but
Not yet, but that
Do
also
yourself-
that is from an existing manga.
mm,
So it's drawing from existing stories.
yeah, but the thing is that they're taking stories like that nowadays. Where, I mean, and maybe to an extent it is about life, because things like that do happen. That's how you deal with it afterwards, and goodness knows, But yeah, there's actually a very, very cool Pixar movie that's coming out soon. Now I can't remember its name, but it's about emotion.
Oh, isn't it Inside Out or something?
It could be something like that.
Yeah, it's that one that plays off entirely in the little girl's head or something. Yeah, I think that's it.
Look at these links that Raccoon sent. Children's cartoons contain 2.5 times more death than adult horror movies. Than adult horror movies? I can't believe that. I mean, are you talking about like horror movies, like the general slasher film? I mean, in every slasher film, at least freaking 4 people are gonna die.
I don't know how to respond to that or how to react to that. I think.
I can imagine in some adult movies, because many adult movies are dramas, or not even dramas, comedies and stuff like that. But
Yeah, but you get.
can you do a direct comparison to horror movies?
I don't know. I think sort of kids shows these days have sort of more disposable characters, and there's less consequence to death. So it's like, oh, that guy got blown up. Haha, he's not in the scene anymore.
Unless they really actually take like the comedy from like, let's say like A Bug's Life. There's that scene where the fly goes towards lamp. No, don't go towards lamp, and then it zaps him.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of more comedy-ish. That's like, lol, haha, that happened, as opposed to we've invested so much time and energy in getting to know this one character, and now they die, and it's a big hoo-ha-ha.
Ivic dropped again.
God, again?
Yeah. Yeah, but yes, I understand. That is exactly what I'm actually trying to say. It might be. I'll read it now. I can't read the whole thing now while we're on live stream, unfortunately. There's also a video that plays when I open it up.
Yeah, it's gonna kill my feed.
Oh, yeah, the Raccoon posted the whole thing. Drama, lava, drama. Drama, lava, drama.
Can I expand this text section? Oh, doesn't seem like it. Oh, Bambi's mom died early. I forgot that. No, that was way back when. But then again, it doesn't disprove Ivic's point.
The
So,
Exorcism of Emily Rose, What Lies Beneath, and thrillers. Yeah, but those are all psychological thrillers, and then there's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Okay, Pulp Fiction had a lot of people dying,
And
and
The
that
Departed had a lot of people dying.
and that was not a thriller. That was just a
Yeah.
kind of balls to the wall action movie mixed with a really.
But a lot of people died there as well.
Who died?
Everybody.
The 3 guys torturing Bruce Willis, the guy they shot in the back of the car, the guy they shot in the beginning of the movie.
Marvin. Dude, you shot Marvin in the face.
Yeah, that one. It's a good movie. Oh, God. More Quentin Tarantino, please.
But which movies did they choose for the kids' movies?
For some Frozen, it seems. Ivic, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but it's Frozen and Snow White. I mean, come on. I could actually say. What is that film's name? Titan. AE. Everybody dies, and then there's just a few humans that is alive.
Yeah, I suppose if you want to be technical about it.
Yeah, if you want to kill off an entire human race.
And then
No,
they
but
rebuild the planet again. No, you can't compare it like that. There's a thing with character building, and then having somebody die off.
Yeah, like I said, if the characters are super disposable, then
It's easy.
yeah, then it's easy to kill off a character. Like have some guy stand sort of idly by, and then have him be blown up by some wayward explosion. That's like funny haha comedy. But
Okay, look. In all fairness, how many stormtroopers were in the Death Star? Both Death Stars.
quite a few.
I mean, that thing was its own. It was a flying planet, so I'd have imagined at least like 10,000 people on that thing.
Maybe even hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting, were those the clones or not?
Yes, if you look at the backstory.
Okay. So technically it was one person. Boom!
There.
Oh, and Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones, I mean, that's just Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but that has that. I don't actually watch it, but I know about it, and that it's practically renowned for the fact that they'll build up a character in a couple of seasons and kill him.
Yeah.
They'll have a character in a couple of seasons and then just kill her. It's just the way that show works. That's what people are fascinated about it. I don't know, it's not my thing.
NOA, basically. I don't know what that means.
The chat is freaking out a little bit.
It seems to be fine on my side, at least.
Yeah, it could be because I'm doing all this stuff simultaneously, you know. South African internet isn't that great. But this site also has a forum. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. I prefer to actually stick to South-Afrifur, obviously.
Yeah.
Because it is our local thing. But I might actually look into it to actually see if there's anything about the streams that we can actually try to improve on, get some people to maybe listen in. We ran a test last night and it was hilarious that people just started listening in and we were testing instead of actually streaming.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, there was just these random people popping and saying hi.
And they're like, hey, your audio's cut out. And I'm like, well, we did cut it out because we're talking crap to each other.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking about setting up freaking Facebook and Twitter accounts and tweaking the audio settings and video settings and whatever. About how Skype is for personal use.
And people actually listen to it through the whole thing. So like, this is
giving us information and like telling us how to do this and that, and I was
Friendly people.
very friendly. Maybe just pop the links there. The Twitter account and the Facebook account for the people who might not know about us just yet.
Okay.
Also, I have good news. We have a guest for Sunday.
Oh, who?
Potteroo.
Ah, sweet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We'll be talking about his that podcast thing that I'm sort of part of right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be called Tales.
Obviously with an AI.
AI, yeah. Furry Tales. It's going to be, and the thing is, we'll be talking about that. And the thing is that this guy's been around for years. He's been around since like 1996, since the advent of like a large amount of furry things.
Cool.
And he's a good storyteller.
Nice, so much good to have him on then.
And Facebook is still loading. Why is my Facebook loading still? Come on.
Let me check quickly. What's today's date? The 14th. Okay.
Today's the 14th.
Yeah. The South-Afrifur Twitter account is South-Afrifur.
No, I'm posting it right now.
Oh, are you posting it already? Okay.
I don't know. It's the chat duplicates like everything on my side. I don't know what is that. All of a sudden. Oh well.
It's bandwidth consumption of this thing, anyways.
It is less than freaking MixLR because
the bitrate of the audio and the video combined here is less than the bitrate consumed by MixLR.
That's how I set it, even though I can go higher. But
our current needs, we don't need anything more.
Yeah. Remember and just on that point of technicalities and things like that, First Stream isn't mobile supported yet.
No, it is.
So
you can go to the site and click play and you can stream.
No, I mean for other people to listen.
You can still go to the site and click play.
I'll be back in a second, guys. I just need to do something quick.
It doesn't have an app. That's what you want to say.
Yeah.
But you can still watch it on a mobile.
No, there are two people who've had problems with that now.
I tried it. It works on my side. It's just these browsers on your phones. Browsers. Chrome.
Yeah.
There's probably two people with iPhones. Nobody cares about them. Anyways, we're just waiting for Scratch to come back. Don't know where he is. And then we're gonna do the greetings and shut down the stream.
Yeah.
And then I need to immediately upload it to YouTube, and among a lot of streams that we haven't done yet, because unfortunately the logs for this one, for this channel, is just gonna remain on YouTube instead of on that Mixel or Show Reel section that we used to have it. But at least it's easy because we have the entire video file just like this already in our disposal, so I can just smack it onto YouTube without any editing or anything like that required. So yeah, so for those that don't know our YouTube page, let me find that as well quickly.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of numbers. We don't qualify for our own name yet.
I actually do. I have a YouTube account with some people following it, and there's a certain threshold that you need to surpass to get that.
For what?
Is it 2,000?
Not followers. I think it's in views or the time you have it or something. I don't know.
Remember, when it comes to views, they need to actually watch the entire video. I've been going over the logs as to how many people have been watching the videos and from where and everything like that. The average time overall, I think, is 11 minutes.
No, well, that's YouTube has recently sort of changed their policy to look at streams that sort of, or not streams, the videos that last longer. They apparently apply more are of more value than shorter videos. So fuck animators.
Okay, I actually posted instead of the channel, I posted one of the streams. Let me just post the channel rather. Alright.
Okay, well, I can't do greetings because I can't get onto the site right now.
Okay.
My internet's being silly.
How do you see who everybody is online? Just
You
those
click, there's a button up, you know where that little gear is?
Yes?
The third button.
It's the people button.
Oh. We had a little bit less listeners today compared to MixLR, but that's fine.
That's to be expected.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for listening, Rakwan. And Kayan Poyoter Oscar. Okay. Sorry, I don't really know who you are.
Piotr actually just directly translates to Peter.
Okay.
Okay.
The WhatsApp group.
And thanks for listening again, Honan and Siren Leo.
Yeah.
That's Shadian.
Yes.
Sorry. Thanks. Thank you guys.
So that's a shout out, and let's just have a look here.
Rael was also on the chat.
Yeah, Rael was also on the chat. Thanks for listening, Rael. If you're somehow listening to this through some universe, and
Through some other means.
And Dredge was also on the chat. Thanks for listening.
Yes.
I haven't seen him in a while. Good to see people back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, this is just from me, guys. I think I'm gonna stop the stream so that I can start uploading it.
Yeah, thanks again for listening to us.
Cool. Bye bye.
Cheers, guys.
Ivic.
I think you might have bailed.
Ivic says bye. Oh no, man.
Yes.
We need to fix this.
Yeah.
Anyway.